The Guardian has found that a gun is fired on a school campus at least twice a week. Today I want to discuss with you the need for gun reform and how to prevent mass shootings inside American schools. To understand the need for gun control, we must first explore the history, the causes, and then 3 solutions on the federal, state, and personal level. To begin with the history, United States school mass shootings first started within Columbine High School inside Colorado. This left 15 people dead and a community experiencing travesty. This also birthed a platform for congressional lawmakers to decide on how to control guns and restrict people having access to them. But while they were arguing with what would infringe on Americans' rights to bear arms, this just allowed for more mass shootings to occur inside American schools. Year by year, the numbers of mass shootings have escalated since Columbine. The Washington Post states that more than 240,000 students have experienced gun violence at over 200 schools. This has left 147 children and people killed, as well as 310 people injured. So, what causes them? Everytown Research, which is a nonprofit dedicated to the reforms of gun control, has explored how gun restrictions have been swayed by gun lobbyists inside our legislation. After the Virginia Tech shooting, the National Rifle Association proposed to introduce more guns into schools in order to protect the students and faculty. This was met with a lot of opposition from colleges, especially those that represented students of minorities, since they are disproportionately affected by mass shootings in schools. This also nationwide had left 89% of police chiefs voting against any kind of gun within campuses, 94% of academic workers against the thought of guns entering their campus, and 79% of students felt unsafe at the thought of guns being present on campus. Another cause of mass shootings is that once warning signs were displayed by a child that they were going to commit a mass shooting, there was no way to report them. So, beginning with the solutions, on a federal level, we can bring back the 1994 ban on AR-15s. These are rifles with a high automatic fire capability and are largely present within school mass shootings. CBS News says that 8 million AR-15s are owned by Americans, which allows shooters access to those guns. A lot of gun stores have banned selling these kind of rifles. However, banning them on a federal level will allow the nation to be put at ease. On a state level, Texas, in particular, has representatives that are very heavily influenced by gun lobbyists. So the first thing they can do is cut ties with them. They can also reverse the NRA bill, which allowed guns onto campuses of our schools. They can also reform Texas background checks to be more stricter for people to own guns. Texans as well have a responsibility concerning gun control and can keep their own personal guns locked, especially if they share a household with a child. They can also tell their children who to talk to if someone wants to hurt another person. And Texans can also donate to nonprofit organizations that are dedicated to reforming gun control laws. They can also talk to their state representatives. So, while exploring this expansive history and lack of regulation, there is obvious need for reform. With these solutions at a federal, state, and personal level, We can end mass shootings today.